What's up? We got the OG in the building. You know what I'm saying? None other than, you can say your name or whatever internet name, however you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? But this is the man in the building right now. You know what I'm saying? A guy that I respect for keeping it old school, keeping it new school, and letting you know who the fool. You know what I'm saying? On the pavement, on the street. So I gotta ask my brother, because, you know, I always told him we always kick it. And we always speak the truth, you know what I'm saying, about what's going on in the culture and what's going on, especially in the streets. Talk to us, my man. You know what I'm saying? Let them know your name, bro. Whatever, you can choose whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Let them know who you is, man. Where you come from, where it started at, bro.
Man, this shit go deep.
Go deep?
Yeah, right now, I'm just waking up from this world, right? I'm telling you, hey, it's ruthless.
It's ruthless.
I'm telling you something. It will devour you. It'll swallow you up.
It'll swallow you up.
It's like, check this out. Out here, the piranhas, the werewolves. I mean, there's all type of shit out here.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And you can have it work to your advantage or to your disadvantage.
So let them know what your name is, bro. Like I said, you can give them an internet for the internet.
I've been called all kinds of shit.
So what you want them to know you by?
Oh, Brian.
Brian, okay. So we got Brian.
My government
name. Okay.
Whoa.
So where you from? Where you from, Brian?
I was born right here in Pontiac, Michigan.
Pontiac, Michigan, on the slab, yak time.
But I done slid out sometime, went down, down south, Florida for a little piece.
Florida.
Got a little education down there as well.
I feel you.
Check this out. I do got a degree.
You got a degree in what?
I got a degree. I have a degree in peopleology.
Peopleology. That's trill right there, bro. See, that's what they ain't catch that. Peopleology. You know what I'm saying? So look, Brian, let's keep it real, bro. You know, we already then struck a chord off camera. Let's take them back, bro, to what you were saying. So we dealing with the drug epidemic. Let's just dive into it, bro. What are you seeing today versus how this stuff came up back in the day, back in the 90s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s? There's been a shift, and you touched on it off camera, bro. Let's just dive into it, bro. What's going on with the drugs, man, with the dope gang, bro?
Oh, man. I tell you, the government is clever. Ooh, they got their hands in everything. Don't let it fool you.
Everything.
You know, people out here are so gullible, they'll fall for anything.
Wow.
You know, it's like, man, look. It saddens me because you know what? And this is real talk.
Mm-hmm.
When the pill epidemic came out, let's give you a little example. When the pill epidemic came out,
yeah,
the government, they wanted their hands in it. With all these drug dealers out here selling heroin.
You mean the Oxycontins when all that?
All these opiates, yeah. When
the opiates hit.
When the Oxycontins came out.
Oxycontins.
And all that.
Pharmaceuticals, the big government, corporate.
Right. The government owned it, basically. No, for real.
Because they regulate it.
So it's regulated by the government. So anyways, the government's like, all these people are drug dealers getting rich on all these opioids. Mm-hmm. You know, so what they just say, you know what, we got the means, put that out there. Let's prescribe it.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Let's prescribe that stuff.
Scripts.
And we're legit.
Pharmacy.
So the government want their part. Now the illegal stuff that come involved into it, the government, they ain't part of that too. They made it so
hey, we believe in limited government over here, so you speaking the truth. Keep talking, my baby.
You know, and so it's like, recognize.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta open your eyes a little something. Recognize, because it's like this here. You know, they're making money for you being incarcerated. They're making money you being out of incarceration. I mean, they're making money hands all the way around. So it's like this here, man. Check it out. You know, just don't be a fool. Hey, cool what you do, just don't be a fool.
So we talked about some things, man. We talked about the quality of the drugs out here with the fentanyl and all this other stuff. And you talked about some things and where it starts at. Touch on that, bro, because you was talking to me about that.
That starts from overseas.
So it starts from overseas. So we're going to talk about that. So obviously fentanyl has played a major role, and I can't even understand why they would poison the dope pipeline and put fentanyl out there, being that it kill off your clientele and it bring a lot of heat. But you was telling me some things about the heat. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you blood roll on the fentanyl thing. I don't even use opioids. You know, check it out. I get a headache. I don't even do aspirin.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Now, I done smoke more dope, you know what I mean, that probably OD half a Pontiac.
Okay.
Okay?
Now, peep this, but you talking traditional, so you don't really OD on crack, do you?
You don't OD on crack.
All right,
Man,
so
look,
let's, for the
if
record,
that's
you
the
don't
case,
OD on crack. Crack don't kill you. Fentanyl is what's killing people out here. Keep going.
I'm telling you something. I'm going to say it probably about 10 days ago, or more, roughly 2 weeks ago, I died. I was DOA. When the EMS pulled up, DOA.
What happened?
Man, look. Somebody had cooked up some so-called crack, like poison, you know, the pipeline.
Correct.
Man just say, you know what I mean? And can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I had to bring back myself. I ain't never did CPR. I ain't never took no class with no CPR, but I tell you what, I learned that shit immediately.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And that's an awful feeling, knowing that somebody's life at that moment is in your hands.
So you saying somebody cooked up some fucking fentanyl? Excuse the language, but somebody basically it was fentanyl, and you didn't know it was fentanyl.
Exactly. And the people who, you know, and they blindsided. I mean, literally, it took me 25 minutes to bring one person back.
So you talking about somebody else that OD too?
Man, I'm talking about I had to bring back 5 of them in less than 10 days.
Wow, 5 overdoses in less than 10 days.
And it's like, I'm telling you, if I weren't around, or man, let me tell you something.
So somebody flooding the streets with that shit. Somebody flooding the streets with that death. That ain't drugs, that ain't cool, that ain't gangster to put that type of poison out here. I grew up old school, bro. Innocent people, women, children, and at the end of the day, that type of poison, I'ma add that. That ain't gangster, bro. That ain't the street culture, and that ain't the code. So that's number one, bro. That ain't the traditional stuff. That ain't what you know people just normally get high off of. They don't OD off crack. They don't OD like that off no cane. Pure cane that ain't mixed with nothing, cut with nothing. So what's going on, bro? Like,
man, it's like this here. Look, everybody's family has somebody that's a black sheep.
For real.
So I'm sure everybody out there understands, you know, what it's like. You know, and when you sitting out there, right, and deliberately, you know, for the greed of money, cash flow, you don't sit there and take somebody's life.
For especially singing that fentanyl.
And that's what we on right now. You know, and to the point to where law enforcement got to come out here, right, and put extra duty in. You know what I mean? Because there's so many people dying from it.
And peep this, I talk to you, Brian. So I'm gonna keep it 100. So I get pulled over. I literally ain't doing nothing but riding and listening to music. You know how I do, bro. I just zone out sometimes. And you know the work I'm putting in and what I do. I also keep Narcan. You know what I'm saying? I pass it out because I want to make sure people don't OD off of it. And I get it, why they hassling people, why they coming down so hard, I understand. But they not hitting the people that's actually pushing it and moving it. They just harassing and hassling people on the street. At the end of the day, though, I was told because I had Narcan, they thought I was trying to sell or buy something, bro. And I wasn't even around no place I knew anybody. So they just was saying this and insinuating this type of stuff. And it's crazy to me. You should keep Narcan, right or wrong.
Absolutely.
Gotta keep Narcan on you. That means whether you a drug user or not.
I don't even affiliate myself with opioids, and I keep it around.
I don't either. And you know I don't. You feel me? You know I don't even deal with crack. I don't deal with nothing hard. You know that. So at the end of the day, this is my issue. You know what I'm saying? So let's let the people know. What's your drug of choice? What have you struggled with? What do you find to be, you know, hard, that's difficult for young people to deal with out here right now?
My drug of choice, growing up, used to be marijuana. And then it escalated. It escalated to crack cocaine.
Got you.
But the thing about it is though, you know, I mean, look, check this out. Anything I do in my life, right?
Yeah.
My choices, my decisions, you gotta take 110% accountability.
Exactly.
You know, and it's like you come to me with 10,000 excuses, right? Of why you do the things you do for the choices, decisions that you make.
Correct.
Don't come with that bullshit.
Correct.
You know, that you are responsible
For that.
And all my upbringing, all my this. Oh, I was raised man bullshit. You know what I mean? You understand the difference between right and wrong and
correct.
So that being said, is once you start taking accountability for your choices, decisions, and actions that you do, right, you ain't never gonna try to fix the problem.
Correct.
Because you in denial.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You're out of denial state. Now you're in the process. You know,
so you're saying most people are in denial that are using, that are doing what they're doing.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, and check it out, right? Selfish, self-centered. They don't understand. They go to the degree to like your kids, your parents, your loved ones. You don't understand it affects them too. So that's why you are selfish, self-centered. It's all about you, and your right now gratification.
Correct.
But the thing about it is though, like there's people out here that are willing to help you, and they even cry out for help. They usually cry out for help, but you know what? They don't even see the doors open for them.
Exactly.
They so blindsided they walk right past the open door.
So how did you get involved in the drug culture, street culture? Take us back. I know you said you did 17 years in prison.
Something like this,
so let's walk us back. How did you get involved? What made you turn to drugs? What was your first time? How did you get on it the first time? I know you said weed, so weed was the gateway to it. But when was the first time you did crack? Who introduced you to it? How did it happen?
Wow, I believe it was a relative. Ain't that something? One closer to you. They're supposed to love you, care for you.
Got you.
And yeah, I think I was young age.
Like how old?
I'm gonna say probably about 15, maybe 16 years.
So, and then look, you just hit on something. I've seen young people out here, bro, young as 19, could have been younger or not, bro, that's been out here in prostitution, drugs. I've never seen nothing like this. Because I grew up where you might see older people doing it, but you really didn't too much see young folks doing it. Young people on promethazine, codeine, young people on heroin, young people seeking out. Like, it's to the point where I said yesterday I did an interview with Marie, and I was letting her know, like, the traditional drugs, the normal weed, crack cocaine, or just normal pure cocaine, like, that stuff is vintage. They don't even want that. The young people don't even, you can't even move, you can't get rid of it. Like, it ain't done nobody want. If you don't got the Narcans, the Narcos, you ain't got the pills, the oxys, the whatever else, they don't want it. You feel what I'm saying? If you don't have like something that really is on that downer tip, for whatever reason, downers is like the end thing, bro. And what do you say about young people doing that right now? What would you say?
Foolish.
How do you think they get on it though? Where do you think it's coming from?
Well, a lot of it came from when people had injuries, went to the hospital. The doctors, there we go again, the government. It's like, they're going to sit there and put these people on knowing it's highly addictive.
Exactly.
And still, go ahead and administer this shit or stuff.
And it's a lot of other drugs that they could have put people on. That's the truth. I know a little bit of something about it, and they could have did some different things. But you telling the truth.
And then you got your little young, stupid ass individual like I was. Anyways, man, I tell you what, these issues, man, we talk about right now.
Young people.
Oh yeah, but they difficult to talk about.
Yeah, what I mean? Young people. That's why we need to put it on wax. So the young people, man, how they getting on it? What you think is driving them to it?
I would say probably a lot of it's got to be peer pressure.
Peer pressure?
Or an escape.
Escaping from what? Stress, depression, hurtful things.
Them are all the excuses that they use. So ultimately, trying to get down, dig deep down in the brain of why them are the choices and decisions that you made. Why?
Now let me ask you a question. I told you before off camera, like I grew up where I kind of was educated by my older family members and even, different people that know you don't touch crack or you don't touch, you don't do certain, like heroin was like a big no-no. And then I was even told by my older cousin, Marquell, that, you don't do promethazine codeine because that syrup is heroin. It's pure heroin. Like it's liquid heroin. And so many people don't know that. Like, you might as well be shooting heroin, because if you're drinking lean, you're doing heroin. That's why you see people teeth messed up, all that. And wouldn't you say it's a lack of education around this? Like, young people are, like you said, they're gullible. They're just getting involved in things and they don't even really know what they're really doing. Like, that's what I see right now. A lot of naive stuff going on out here, and they don't have a damn clue. They don't have a clue how they giving their life over to the devils, literally Satan. Like, they giving their life over to evil, bro, and they don't even know it.
Man, look, parenting these days ain't nothing.
So systemic social issues.
Okay, man.
Broken homes, broken families.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah, keep it real.
You want to know what these kids' parents is these days?
Yeah.
That right there, what you're holding in your hand.
Phone.
That's their parents.
You're right. Social media. That's what's raising.
Crazy. That's crazy.
You're right. You're right.
How you gonna let a device or something materialistic override parenting?
Hey, mic drop. You telling the truth. You telling the truth.
That's it.
And so those are some of the factors that's pushing this underlying drug culture thing, is that you do have the issues with social media, peer pressure. You do have the other issues out here. But let us know about your story, bro.
That's still not no excuse, though. That's still
not to continue.
You can't use that as an excuse,
but you also know
why I indulge in what I know.
But peep this, we're not talking about certain drugs, but let's talk about the heroin and the fentanyl. What does it do to your body once you try it? What does it do once you get hooked on it?
Oh, you down to the marrow.
So what does it do? What does it do to your body? How is it addictive?
Man.
What does it do? Talk to us.
What does it do? Pertaining to like how it make you feel?
Or, yeah, everything. What's addictive? Man. What does it do to your body? Because maybe that's why they're on it. Maybe that's why they can't just kick it. Maybe it's not just those excuses, but once you get on certain drugs, we're talking about certain ones, the very addictive, the fentanyl, the synthetic stuff. What does it do to your body?
Destroys it.
Give us some of the symptoms, like what you go through.
Oh, man. They have died. They shit on themselves.
That?
They'll throw up. They'll cry and whine. Hey, I mean, it messes up your personality. It messes who you are.
Wow.
I mean, it's crazy.
So what are the ways you think we can break it? Is it breakable? And if so, do you think the government, do you think society is taking the proper steps to change it?
Absolutely. But you true enough, the opioid thing is a physical.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you what, there's a lot of it, probably more of it, is mental.
Mental. You're right, willpower.
And the thing about it is, though, and you have control of that.
And see, I ain't never did, bro, in 40 years, I ain't never did no drugs.
You have control of your mental.
You're right. Everybody around me, I grew up around. My pops went to prison. My mom been in prison. My pops did drugs, but I never touched drugs, bro. And I never touched it because I never felt I needed to. And it's just my willpower that's not what I do. You feel? I don't give myself over that, but I don't judge people who have got caught up in addiction. You feel what I'm saying? Mm. That's why I've always had the relationship with you, kick it with you, and do what we do for that very reason. You know what I'm saying?
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
If an individual has a choice and a decision to say, look, man, I don't want to be messed up with this stuff anymore.
What if they don't know, though? Do you think there's an educational gap that people are not aware of these drugs? Like what they putting in them? Like you said, you just thought it was one thing and it was fentanyl.
It goes even deeper than that. It goes through, what it affects. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if you give an individual, right, a line of cocaine, right?
Yeah.
You give him one line of cocaine, and he liked that. You know, that in your brain, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People rarely use.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of it. It's like, once that first line of cocaine, next thing you know, watch within a year's time. Watch them, they had a nice job, they family, they smiling, this, that, you know, they open the door for you. A year later, they won't open the door. You knock, you call, they answer no call. You know what I mean? You don't went from my house to you ain't even got a bank account. It will strip every day you had.
So is it, did you hear what you said? You said they rarely use any type of traditional cocaine and drugs. So what are they using the most out here? What are they using the most of?
Marijuana.
What else? We know marijuana is legal. So what do you think is the most prevalent thing out here that you've seen? I know from what I've researched, they said meth. Meth is one of the main things, at least the DEA said that's something that they have met.
Cocaine.
So what else?
Heroin.
Heroin, fentanyl. But would you say fentanyl and downers are the most that you think is out here killing and doing the most destruction? What's the most destructive drug out here?
Now you reword that and yeah. That right there will take you out again.
So what's the most destructive things out here right now?
Opioids and fentanyl.
Fentanyl, opioids. So talk us through your situation, bro, because I want people to know the meat of it. You did 17 years, bro. What happened? What was your story? Walk us through that.
Man, I was forced to be grown, you know what I mean, on my own at the age of about 14 years old.
Gotcha.
So all of a sudden, I was like forced to trying to become a man, even though I was just still a kid.
Correct.
And back then, you know, look, I thought I knew everything.
Mm-hmm.
That was a joke. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't be told nothing.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Just like a lot of this generation, especially this generation.
Correct.
You know, you can't tell them nothing. Oh, they know it all because they got their mother and father right in their hand.
I got you.
You know what I mean? So, that being said, you know, I was just making foolish mistakes, you know, foolish choices, foolish decisions, you know, and you pay the consequences. You know what I mean? The government wants this.
So what happened? What happened? What did you get involved in?
I got involved in selling powder cocaine.
Now, you was telling me about the quality. You said it was a time where you could be in a car with somebody, you could be next to them, and if they had an ounce, you would know about it. Talk me through that.
You could smell it.
You could smell it.
You could smell it on them. You know what I mean? As far as quality back then. These days, man, they ain't trying to do but substitute.
So it ain't nothing but synthetic.
No, they're trying to be baby.
Bad, basically fake dope. Ain't no real dope out here.
Okay, no. In these laboratories, I mean, where do you think the name fentanyl came from? Where do you think the substance fentanyl came from? Huh?
Yeah.
Our government.
Well, it was used in the medical field, and somehow it's gotten. And so we talked about that. So somehow China supplied a lot of the raw ingredients to the cartels. Why do you think they would get involved in you know, with them like that? Do you think that was a bad decision? Because I would say it is. They didn't set. To me,
that was horrible.
It was the worst thing that I think I've ever seen.
Horrible.
It's worse than the crack epidemic. You know, the crack epidemic was bad because, you know, number one, the media hyped it up, I would think, far, far more than what it really was. But also it was because a lot of the money, it caused a lot of the dangers and destruction. So shootouts, gangs, that type of thing. But it really wasn't crack killing people. The fentanyl, not only does it bring a lot of money, but it also just kill you. So it does everything wrong around the board. You know what I'm saying? So you did 17 years. What you do 17 years for? Possession. So what would you get caught with?
Cocaine.
Okay, so you got caught with coke. How much?
Just a little bit. I thought I was slick. I was going to give you a little bit.
Like what? Like what?
So weight-wise though?
Yeah, weight-wise.
Oh man,
to do 17?
No, well no, it's been in, you know, several different bids. I was 17 straight.
Oh, now 17 straight. Okay.
No.
So you did different bids for it. What were the different bids for?
Same
thing.
Related.
Okay. So yeah. So my thing is this, man. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, do you think it's a remedy for this, bro? Like, I would say, do you think it's better to have real dope on the street versus this fake and synthetic stuff? And do you think it's better for us to try to regulate this stuff because you have other areas and places that for small quantities it's not illegal?
So you're never gonna get rid of it entirely.
So do you think, like, and what I mean by that is it's basic economics. It's basically supply and demand. If you supply the streets with the right proper thing, you're not going to have the bad stuff. If you understand what I'm saying, you got to supply it, which means we got to be able to have our own independence, even from the drug cartels. And America got to have our own source of everything, in my opinion. Because as long as it's on a black market and you're getting it supplied from these people, and you don't know what you're getting, we're getting death right now. We're getting straight up death, and it's illegal. People getting locked up, but it ain't stopped the deaths. What do you say about that?
Man, what I say about it, man, make better choices and decisions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what people need in their life really, stop focusing on this on materialistic, because
that's the thing that's driving.
All you doing, this is loan to you.
Yeah.
You know, I don't believe in a higher power, but this is just temporary.
I got you.
You know, it's like this here, man. What you need, what they need out there is more Jesus in their life.
He said they need more. So you believe in God?
Absolutely.
That's good. Well, you should believe in God. I just got back from Israel, so yeah, that's what's up.
That's probably why I was still breathing today.
Same for me, bro. That's why I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. So my thing is, bro, when it all comes down and said, I appreciate you doing the interview. This probably is the longest one I did, but I knew it was going to be long because I know how we talk. Moral of the story, you got the cartels involved with the Chinese. They flooding the streets with this stuff. You got a lot of different failures on the government and in our society. Failed parenting, failed homes. You know, you don't have the economic opportunities for inner cities that you got in other places. And yet, you know what I'm saying, we talk about why people are willing to take these risks for these things. Then you got these very addictive drugs, these synthetic fentanyl, but we don't necessarily have the help out here. You know what I'm saying? To change it.
I want to know why the addict gets caught with some drugs, right? It's got to suffer so much time. Why
that's what I'm saying. In a lot of
and
places, it's
exactly people. You know, maybe more people would go to search for help,
rehab and stuff. Yeah,
you know,
it wasn't criminalized.
If they knew that it was a genuine help. Here,
they cared.
Here, let me help you. Here, throw you in jail. What that's gonna learn your lesson?
No, jail don't do it. They get out and do it again.
Put you on probation. Well, that's gonna help you. You know what I mean? It's all about.
So you're talking criminal justice.
It's all about the money. It's not genuine help.
No, it's not.
You know what I mean? The only way that you're gonna do it through the system is self-help.
Self-help.
You know what I mean? Blood raw. You're gonna have to self-help yourself. But they ain't helping you. How
Correct.
are they helping you? You know
I think you hit the nail on the head, bro. I'm gonna end the interview like that, my guy. You know we gonna do this again. Well, anything you want to tell the people, bro? Anything you want to say to the young people that's considering doing anything that you just want to say to your family, friends, that people that know you?
Look, step up. You know, take 110% responsibility for your choices, decisions, the actions that you do. You're never gonna be able to fix nothing unless you take accountability.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So look, take accountability, tighten up, and let God lead.
Correct. Sound like you a Republican, man. I'm for Trump, bro. You for Trump?
Love it.
Look, we for Trump, baby.
That's my man.
All right, the streets rocking with Trump.
That's my man, baby.